Hey guys, what's up everybody, and welcome back to House of a Warrior. My name is Lorena Doyo, and first of all, as always, I want to say thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching, for liking, for commenting. Please let's keep telling a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend to check us out, and let's fill this house up. Okay, and now, gosh, it's been so long since we sat down, yeah, but today I want to talk about the difference between having a baby at a public hospital and a private hospital, because I have done both. And yeah, I saw someone did this a while ago, and I thought, okay, why not tell my story as well, because there are two different hospitals on two different parts, you get, like, it was so different. Yeah, and so I'm gonna talk. I've had multiple pregnancies and I've lost some babies, but I'm going to talk about my experiences with Alani and Imari. So I had Imari in 2015 at a public hospital. I don't think I should mention their names. And I had Alani in 2018 in June at a private hospital. And okay, let's start with Imari. So I had had previous pregnancies before, which ended up tragically. And so for Imari, we decided to look for a very good doctor, a very good gynecologist, who hooked me up to a hematologist who is basically a sickle cell doctor. And so with these two doctors, I was set. We only had NHIF. My husband did not have a job yet, so we did not have insurance as of yet. It was easier for us to look for the 3,000 consultation fee for both my doctors, because my gynecologist charged 3,000 consultation fee and my hematologist charged 3,500, I think. But I did not see them at the same day on every month. So my hematologist, only checked up with me when necessary, because I still have a sickle cell clinic that I go to diligently every month. Yeah, so for him, he was actually just making sure that my body is set, my body is strong enough to handle a pregnancy, especially after my previous ones. And I did not see him as often as I saw my gynecologist. Yeah, so it was actually easier to put up with the 3,000 than to actually have insurance for us at the moment. So we did that. I saw my gynecologist. Everything was going great. He's a very, very, very good doctor, by the way. In case you're looking for a gynecologist, I can give you his number. His office is at Nelson Awori Center, just in case. But hit me on the side for his details. But yeah, so Imari came unexpectedly. Imari came at around the end of my 6-month period, and I started bleeding heavily. Just one random Sunday, we were in the house and I started bleeding, and my first thought was to call him. And I called him and I told him, oh my gosh, I'm bleeding, like it's so much, I don't know what to do. And he said, rush to a hospital. And our first thought was to go to this public hospital, this big public hospital in Nairobi, because we did not have the money and it was offering free maternity care at the moment. So we called him and we told him where we had decided to go, and he said, okay, that hospital has different policies and I have different policies, so whoever you get there is who will attend to you. But please keep me in touch. Please send me the number of this doctor. Please send me tell me details of what's going on, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And we were like, okay, that's fine. So we went and they took us in immediately. Normally I hear if you did not attend clinic with them, it is very difficult for them to take you in. But they took me in immediately because it was an emergency and I'm a warrior. I was losing a lot of blood. And so it was a Sunday. I think it was a slow day. We found two nice gentlemen. I think they were trainees or something, but they were surgeons. So they were very young and they quickly rushed me to the theater. I don't remember what happened after there, I just remember the entry was gruesome. Like the admission was gruesome. They really disturbed my husband, like run to that and run back to there and do this and do that and provide this and provide that, and so we did. But I don't remember much of what was happening behind the scenes. In the theater, they gave me anesthesia immediately. Of course, they take your history, they ask you questions and stuff like that. They already had put IVs, and they had already requested for blood from the lab. Things were moving really fast, really, really fast, because my life was in danger and I was about to lose my baby. Yeah, so before I knew it, I was out. And like, I don't know how long I was out, but when I woke up, no one is there. No one is around. It was the middle of the night, because I remember going, we were on the road to Kenya, to this hospital. I almost blurred out his name. To this hospital at around 4 in the afternoon. And by the time we got there and got admitted and actually got into theater and did everything that needed to be done, and by the time I had woken up from my anesthesia, it was really late in the night. So nobody was there. No doctor was around to tell me what's going on. None of my families were even allowed to be there, because remember, it is a public hospital, and this particular hospital is really, really strict with its time, because this is where Vera had her baby, and they almost arrested me because I wouldn't leave. I told them, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving my sister here by herself. I am not going nowhere. I have to make sure my nephew and my sister are fine before I leave. Yeah. And it was a whole, it was so bad. So yeah, I was all by myself. No one is telling me anything. I don't know if my baby survived. I don't know what's going on with me. I didn't even know if I was dead or alive. Yeah. So I sit there, people are passing me right, left, and center. They look so busy, and I'm so weak. I can't even grab onto one of them or call onto one of them, because I had this mask oxygen thing on, and it was just horrible. Like, and so I just sit there until morning. I fell asleep again until morning. And that's when somebody came and woke me up and is like, we're going to take you to the ward now. First of all, where they had put me was on like a corridor way, like a walkway. Yeah, in the theater, yes, but on like a walkway. Yeah. So they wake me up in the morning and they're like, okay, we're gonna move you to a ward now. And I'm like, okay, what's happening? What happened? They Then the guy asked me, you don't remember? And I'm like, no, I remember these two doctors. Can I talk to the doctors that operated on me? And they were like, their shift is over, they're gone. I'm like, wow, what? What is happening? Oh gosh, I keep laughing and stamping on the floor, and that is shaking the camera. I apologize. And yeah, so they say, no, they're gone. And I'm like, okay, just take me to my ward. So at the ward, I thought, okay, there'll be nurses, there'll be doctors doing rounds, I'll be told what's going on. Yeah. So they take me to the ward, and then the nurse just comes and says, okay, it's almost time for you to go see your baby. And first of all, I'm relieved. I'm like, oh, thank God, my baby survived, my baby made it. And then I'm like, okay, where am I going? And how am I even going? I just had CS. Like, is there anything that can be done to make this easier on me? Surely. I was hoping for too much. I was asking for too much, you know. I've just had CS less than 12 hours ago. Yeah, I'm still hooked up to these drips, and they keep coming to put in more. And here is this person coming to tell me it's almost time for me to go see my baby. You know, I don't even know where. I don't even know how I'm supposed to get there. I don't even know what's going on. And so I just ask, okay, are there any of my personal belongings here? Anything? My phone? Nothing. And so someone somehow hands me this paper bag, and it has my phone and slippers and the shoes I was wearing and the clothes I was wearing, because now I'm wearing this theater gown. And I take my phone and I call my husband, and I'm like, okay, where am I? What is going on? And they said, oh, we stayed there for as long as we could, but they chased us away. But some guy gave me his number, and I kept calling, and the baby is fine. He's upstairs in the nursery. And you know, my husband is the one giving me this news. Yeah. as opposed to when I had Alani. Now let's jump back to when I had Alani. When I had Alani, Alani also came early. Alani refused to move in my tummy for like a whole day and a whole night. My husband was away traveling for work as usual, and this baby had not played the entire day. I had tried going for a walk. I had eaten all this sugary stuff. I had moved positions. I had tried, so many things, but she wasn't moving, and I was getting worried. So I called Vera and I told Vera, come on, I don't know, but just come, because I might end up in the hospital. So she comes with her son after school, and we drop Trevor there. My sister-in-law was around, and so we leave her home with Imari and Trevor, and we head off to my doctor. I used the same doctor that I used with Alani, but now this time the difference is we had insurance. So I had the privilege, the leisure of calling him and telling him, hey, I'm on my way. And he was like, okay, hurry here. So we rush to his offices, and he checks me out. They find a heartbeat, very, very pale, from a distance they could hear it, but very pale. And he's like, hey, okay, from my experience, pregnancy is 80% your instincts as a mom and just 20% what the doctor can do. So if you feel like you're ready to have this baby, and if you feel like she's in danger, let's go have this baby. And I'm like, she's only 6 months. And she's like, yeah, you had another baby at 6.5 months, and do not forget your condition. You're not well. If this is the farthest you can go, then this is the farthest you can go. Let's do what your heart tells you to do. And I'm like, okay, now you're scaring me. Now let's just go do this. So he writes us a note, sends us off to a private hospital that he had decided that we were going to do this at. So we go there, and from the moment you get into a private hospital as an emergency case, my gosh, your life is changed. Everybody is rushing to your rescue. Everybody is rushing to make sure you're fine. Everybody is stopping what they were doing to attend to you. I don't know if it is the power of the insurance. I do not know. I do not understand. They quickly take your insurance and check and find out what room you're eligible for, and they send you over there to, and every 5 seconds someone is coming to update you on something, and it was just a breath of fresh air. Okay, ever since my husband has this insurance, I've been admitted to different private hospitals for my sickle cell, because I keep on being sick and all that, and I go to now better hospitals, yeah. But the treatment, it is A+. The treatment is really good. So they take us to this room, and they say, you are going into the theater in 30 minutes, yeah. So we head on into the room. It is a nice, beautiful room with a couch, with a TV, with the seats to relax on. And we're like, what? Vera and I are like, so they asked my sister, are you going or are you staying? And we're like, okay, wait, is that an option? Can she stay? And they're like, yes, you can stay and wait for her here, and we will just bill that on cash. And we're like, okay, what? I thought that was an offer. Yeah, she can stay, but you will have to pay that as a different fee. It is 5,000. What? But wait, that is not even like a big deal, because the way they treat you, first of all, they come and ask you if you're hungry. Of course, I can't eat. They tell me, no, you can't eat. But they ask Vera, are you hungry? Like, where did you guys see that? Where have you had that? They bring for her like a meal, and make her comfortable. They bring her slippers. They bring me slippers and clothes to change into. They bring her a blanket. They turn the chair into a bed. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? Who are these people? Like, like, it was so fantastic. It was so nice. It was so breathtaking, and we were so impressed. My sister was just like, okay, Lorraine, okay, are you sure? Like, it's only 5,000 with this treatment? I'm like, I don't know, maybe they mean 5,000 per hour. But it was so nice. And then after that, we are just chilling. We are just sitting. They have already hooked me up onto all these machines. They are taking they are keeping up with the baby. They are keeping up with me and my vitals. And we are hooked. I'm hooked up to a million things. And then my doctor comes in just with his regular clothes before he changes, and he's walking me through what he's going to do. He's telling me step by step of everything, and then he leaves. And then my anesthesiologist comes in and is walking me through what he's going to do and how he's going to do it. And I'm just like, where have you guys been all my life? Why have I suffered for so long? Huh? And it is so nice. And then they come and they wheel you out and they assure my sister that everything is going to be fine, that she should just sit there and relax, and someone will be in to update her. Oh my goodness, you people. Yeah, so we go to the theater, and even before they start anything, my doctors walk in now fully draped in all this theater attire. They looking and again they want to just make sure that you're fine, that you're not nervous. And the difference is, in Kenya, I don't even know what happened in the public hospital. I don't even know what happened in the theater, you know. Like I walked in and I was just put out, okay? But here they did not, like, I was awake during the surgery. I was awake. I knew what was going on. I could hear them talk. They talked to me all through it. I could, oh my gosh. And I was just like, wow. But I didn't like it. You know, I didn't like the being awake part. That's the only part I didn't like it with the private hospital. I did not. I wanted no part of it. I was just like, oh my gosh, can you just hurry up or just put me out? I cannot live through this. So, as opposed to them, after they finished, I woke up by myself. These ones, okay, after they took out Alani at the private hospital, they took out Alani, and it was so rushed because she wasn't breathing. Like, she was barely there. You know, she was barely alive. And so, you know how they bring the baby to you in the movies and you kiss them and you look at them, and no, I didn't get none of that because she needed attention, like immediate attention. So they took her out and they are rushing to do this and they're rushing to do that and all that stuff. And then after they took her out of the room, I don't remember nothing. It's like they put me to sleep now and just finished everything up. I woke up in a different room. Not my room where I left my sister, but in a different room. They called it, I think, a recovery room or something like that. I wake up, and the moment you open your eyes, there's someone right there. Someone is right there waiting to greet you, and they're like, hi, how are you feeling? Oh, you did so well. Your daughter is so pretty. And I'm like, who sent you? Like, where did you come from? Yeah. But yeah, it was so nice to have someone there. And they said, if you're not in so much pain, if you feel like you can handle it, just ring this bell and let us know, and we will take you back to your room. And you know, it was so fantastic, you know. And they tell you your pediatrician will be right in to talk to you about your baby, and so you are briefed nicely with the people that actually, you know, care about either you or their job. I don't know, one of the two. And it was just, it's an experience I would like every new mom to experience, you know. Yeah. And so when it comes to the food, boarding school food, and there are some very posh boarding schools, but take a public boarding school. Boarding school food is way better than what they served at the public hospital. Like, you people, you need to improve. I feel like if the government decided that they're gonna take under their wing pregnant women and only have them have NHIF, and then the government will foot all these other bills, like, please just pull up your socks a bit, you know. The toilet situation at the private hospital, oh my goodness. Like, oh my goodness. I don't know how many of you have been to a public hospital, but please let us know. You know, I remember after having my baby, and I have because I felt sick. Immediately I went into a crisis. And so I have all these IVs on my hand, and I have to walk with this thing that carries the water, and you have to support yourself with it while you go to the loo, and even while I go upstairs. You know, even while in crisis, you guys, nobody is there to help you. Nobody was there to help me. Nobody. Because they don't, number one, they don't allow family. They don't allow family to even go and take you upstairs to see your child. Nothing. And them themselves, the nurses, don't do it. Yeah. So you struggle by yourself. And I remember going to the toilet after I could probably start walking, and you have to push this thing around and use it to skip over poop and blood, you know, from women that have given birth and are bleeding, and pads, dirty pads. The food in the private hospital, you guys, first of all, they come with a menu. Let me adjust myself and tell you this nicely. They come with a menu, you know, in the morning of, in the evening of, after your last meal of the day, they come with a menu for tomorrow. And they're like, oh, tomorrow we have this, and they give you options. It's not like they're telling you this is what you'll be brought for. They're giving you options. There's A, B, C, and D. Which one would you like, madam? And then for lunch, and then for dinner. And then during snack time, like 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., they come with like uji and hot chocolate and tea and fresh juice, and they're there. Okay, we have this and this and that, and we have queen cakes or biscuits. What would you like? Wow. Listen, as in, every sick person, no matter what your situation is, no matter what your status is, no matter your religion, no matter your ethnicity, any sick person deserves good treatment. And I'm not talking about medication and all that. You first feel better by how you're treated, by how the people around you treat you. Okay? That is what makes you even get better in the first place. That is what my essence for this video was, you know? Let us work hard as Kenyans, especially if you have like a pre-existing condition like me. Let us strive to have health insurance, because imagine when you're in a crisis and you're in a public hospital. Imagine that. When you're in pain all over your body and you're in a public hospital, as opposed to when you're in a private hospital. Yeah, let us work hard. And it might not be for yourself, for your children, for your parents, for your siblings, whoever it is that needs the help, you know. Put them in your insurance. Take them under your wing, just to make sure the people around you are always taken care of, because we cannot always take care of ourselves. We can't all be doctors. Yeah. And also for those people that have no choice but to go to the public hospitals, like, just know why you're there, you know. Just have someone who can bring you better meals at the hospitals. You don't have to eat what they're serving over there. Just, even if it is not something fancy, at least it's made at home and it's made with love. Just, you know, have faith, focus on your health, get better, and go home. And the thing about these public hospitals is that if they announce them on TV, they're showing us the nice parts of it, like the cancer wings that are doing well, and the pediatric wards that are like clean and all these things. But in essence, they're not showing what they're doing to us. But anyway, you know, I am so grateful to God that I am in a position I'm in to even have health insurance for me and my children. And I don't take it for granted, guys. I don't take it, because I've seen both sides. I've seen this side and that side, and I know I do not, for sure, I do not ever want to be admitted again in a public hospital if I can help it. And I'm just hoping that everyone else does fine and does better for themselves, and that we improve our way of living. And yeah, it will be okay, you know. At the end of the day, God's got us. So have faith and believe. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please keep telling a friend to tell a friend to check us out, and let's fill this house up. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.